Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Art and welcome back. A couple days ago, I put out a video about what has been going on, and the reason why I did that is because majority of us are creatures of habit, and usually every Sunday I do a video like this comes out. Even though I do it on Saturday sometimes I do it on Sunday. If you're watching this, I actually did this Sunday afternoon, and there's a reason for it. But I do feel a little bit better. Still have a little congestion, but it is what it is. So let's do what I usually do. Okay. So I went to my old store. I don't really only go there once a month because the DC, they don't carry DC. The Marvel, they just put it on the shelves. Independence is only pretty much because the independents are more guaranteed. So if you get independent books, most likely they're going to be in your pull box. But for some strange reason, my Asagi Yojimbo's was not in the pull box for the last 6 months. So who knows what's going on with that. But anyway, we got Spawn 360, Scorch 37, Gunslinger Spawn 39, and King Spawn 41. So that means that's this month's of February's books. Or was that January's books? Don't know. There should have been a lot more if it was February. If it was January and February, it should have been at least 8 books, but that's okay. So, first thing is, let's go with Laura Kinney Wolverine number 3. It's kind of interesting. NYX number 8, the animated style version. Don't know why they're doing this. I don't know. Kind of Disney-ish, I guess. Exceptional X-Men number 6. I'm kind of on the fence on this still. Still kind of on the fence on this book. Back in the day, there was a toy line. For example, some of you probably heard Microbytes from Mars. They're coming out with a comic book. Well, you saw I showed Sectors here, and their comic book coming out. And I also just finally opened up my Dargon recently. The next one, the funny thing is that when I remember the commercials, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. But when I saw the Ventus commercials, I'm like, how come this doesn't sound like what's in my head? But anyway, kind of interested in this. Power Lords, number 1. Very interested in reading this one. Plus, with a name like Power Lords, it better be good. Better be good. We got Star Wars: The High Republic, Fear of the Jedi, number 1. I'm a big Star Wars fan. Now, a lot of people may not like the current Star Wars movies or TV shows. I thought Skeleton Crew was really good. Gave me those Goonies feelings. But a lot of people don't like it because they don't like. But one of the things is that it's not George Lucas-y. It's not like George Lucas's vision. Well, no kidding. George Lucas sold it. Old vision is gone. This is the new vision. Gotta live with it. Some people don't. I'm like, okay, fine. But, the comic books still going strong with mine. Next, we got Doom Academy number 1. Under the One World Under Doom banner. I'm not really big. I wasn't big on Strange Academy, but Doom Academy, I'm kind of interested in that one. Why? Because I'm a Doctor Doom fan. We got X Factor number 7. Kind of liking X Factor, kind of not. It's kind of iffy. Got X-Force #8. This is one book I'm thinking about dropping, but because they have Colossus in it, well, I think it's Colossus. I don't remember. Can't remember what I read 3 months ago. Then again, I haven't read books in about over a month, especially when I was sick. We got now Weapon X-Men #1, the animated style. One of my friends, Zoe Pops, he was like, "Hey, Weapon X." I'm like, "What the hell's Weapon X-Men?" He said, "Oh." I'm like, "Okay." So I picked. So because he said something about it, I'm picking it up. He never steers me wrong. Never steers me wrong. I still can't get into the DC Batman and Superman stuff. Yeah, quite yet, but I'm kind of dipping my little toes in it. Just dipping my little toes. Got Nightwing #123. Speaking of DC, this is basically the only DC book I actually buy on a regular basis because I'm a big Nightwing fan. We got Uncanny X-Men #10. I had to get some more cold medicine. Now we got this one, Miles Morales 312. The him versus Deadpool / team up / battle. Pools of Blood Part 2. Must be missing something because I don't remember Part 1. Got the Amazing Spider-Man 68. Love this cover. And G.I. Joe #4. Birthday. A couple weeks ago was my birthday and I was sick for it. And what happens, one of the things I did, I found this one book. This is one book that I've been wanting for years and years and years and years and years and years, ever since I was a kid. Now what happened was this book here shot up in price because a movie came out. And this person will be a big part of the movie. And then the movie came out and they kind of nerfed this character. I bought one before. I bought this book before, but it was a facsimile, and I didn't realize that. They said thanks. And now I got a nice, decent copy of this. You want to know what it is? Avengers 196. The first appearance of Taskmaster. And because of, I want to say thank you, even though I did enjoy the Black Widow movie, because you nerfed the Taskmaster, this book went down in value. So I was able to pick it up at a decent price. Love it when you do that. Today, I picked up some figures. I picked up the infamous Saw Viper from G.I. Joe. Kind of looks kind of cool. Basically, the claim to fame was in the comic book, the Real American Hero comic, the Saw Viper comes around and iced about 10 Joes. Iced them dead. The bad part about it, Doc was one of them, and I love Doc. Boo-hoo on Hasbro for that. But that's okay. I'm living with it. And I finally picked up Wolverine from the Deadpool Wolverine movie. Finally picked them up. Well, the store finally had them. Funny thing is, you can't find these at retail, which is funny, because if they show up on retail, it might show up on retail in the summertime. Who knows? It might, maybe not. Who knows? But what happened was, yesterday was a Great Lakes Comic Con. This weekend is a Great Lakes. It's still going on right now, actually. I only wanted to go one day. Now, the reason why I wanted to go one day, because of one person. Have you heard of the name Kevin Eastman? Well, the problem is, if you're a fan of this channel, you should have heard of Kevin Eastman, because you heard of his property that him and Peter Laird created way back in the early 80s. It became so famous that they kind of nerfed the original story and make a Saturday morning cartoon limited series, which blew up into a regular TV series. Spawned Archie Comics, which had the little Kitty Fight version, and they had the real version. Big mega phenomenal. And even today, they're still a very popular franchise. And what I'm talking about is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Yes, one of the co-creators of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was at the con. The funny thing is that we thought, okay, we'll go in there, get his signatures, we can enjoy the rest of the con, and I could film some of this con. We got there about, my friend who was going with me, his family member, his children had like sport games in the morning, and so after he got done with that, he's like, let's go. Met of him, we got there at 1:45, and he was signing from like 10 to 12 and 2 to 4. We got there at 1:45. We got there, we got in line. They said, oh yeah, it's a 3-hour wait. I'm like, 3-hour wait? Then I actually looked at the line. I'm like, whoa. Now, would have made the line faster if they had a limit of how much you can get, how much you can sign. If they had like a 2 to 3 sign limit, that'd be great. But you know, people had like posters, books, everything, video games. This one guy had a suitcase. I was like, holy moly, how much are you gonna spend? But then again, it's $40 an autograph. It's $40 an autograph, so I'm like, okay. I looked up, I said, well, I met him years ago, right before the global phenomenon that kind of shut us down for a while. Met him about 3 months before that happened. Well, actually 2 months before that happened. That was trippy then. And I got my second and third comic signed, I believe. I can't remember which ones I got signed, but they're super old. They're so old they're falling apart. I might get them graded. Who knows? I don't care. So anyway, this is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 6 that came out a couple weeks ago with Kevin Eastman's signature. I love this picture, and when I gave this to him, he said, "Didn't this just come out?" I say, "Yeah, it probably came out like a couple weeks ago." I was like, "Yeah." So I love it. The turtles walking from a big fire background, and his signature right on it. To tell you the truth, they said it was a 3-hour wait. By the time we got out of there, by the time we got his signature, it was like 5:45. And the con ended at 6. So everybody who was in line got their stuff signed. They did. And there was like 40 to 50 people behind me trying to get their stuff signed. Ooh. Ooh. Man, we looked up, it was like, man, we just kind of missed the con. I said, dude, wait, hold on. He's here Friday and Saturday and Sunday. He goes, you coming up here? I'm like, no. Why? Because I wanted to do all this other stuff. And I also got one more signed by him. This is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 14 that came out in February 1988. Ironically, the year I graduated. And I said, I said, this is what the back cover looks like. I said, you know what? I said, this is one of my favorite covers when I was a kid. He goes, yeah, you know, because he said, this is kind of based off, I said, The Untouchables. He goes, yeah, that's right. That was one of his favorite movies. So I'm like, yeah, this is, like I said, this is awesome. Didn't get to see Sam Jones, who played Flash Gordon. Oh well. Action Smash from Demolition. I met him once, no big deal. But 4 hours, even though the only thing we did is stood in line. Yeah. It was fun. So fun. Very, very big fun. But anyway, that's all I have. Hopefully you had a great week. Hope you have a good, better weekend. Hope you had a good weekend. And hope you have a better week. You know, hey, Monday's come around. It's time to hit that, try to hit the pavement, get that stuff done. All right. I'm going to just chill out for the rest of the day, rest up some more for the upcoming work week. And oh, you know what I was going to do today? I was going to watch that new Captain America movie. I can watch it another day, hopefully. Talk to you guys later.